Yo, what is up, NBA fans? It's Mike here. We are now several days removed from the insane trade of James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets, and even though we've yet to see Harden actually play for the Nets, and God only knows how long it's going to be before we see him play with Kyrie Irving because of all the craziness going on with that man. Seriously, Kyrie? What the hell are you doing? Anyway, I could certainly make an entire video on just what a massive head case Kyrie Irving is, but I feel like I've talked about the Nets enough, alright? I already made a video about them a few days ago. That is not who we are here to talk about today, because with the Nets, I said I'm done talking about them, and here I am, but look, with the Nets getting James Harden, many people have already decided that they are making the finals, they are the clear best team in the East, and I gotta tell you, I don't think that's accurate whatsoever. Not only do I not think the Nets are winning a title, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even make the Eastern Conference Finals, because I do not believe that they are head and shoulders above the other best teams in the East. There are teams like the Sixers who you can make an argument for. The Pacers have been great, even though I don't expect them to be this good in the playoffs. The Celtics are going to be really good when they finally get Kemba Walker back. The Heat are still an excellent team. And last, the team I'm going to talk about today, the Milwaukee Bucks, who I believe, and it hurts me to say this as a Sixers fan, but I think the Bucks are still clearly the best team in the Eastern Conference. I don't expect that to change during this season. If I had to place my bets right now, and once again, let me tell you, as a fan of the Sixers, it does not make me happy to say this, but if I had to place a bet on one team right now to make it out of the East, I would choose the Milwaukee Bucks. Let me tell you why. So at the start of this season so far, we're a little over 2 weeks into it, and the Milwaukee Bucks currently have the second best record in the East, being 9-4. That would also be the second best record in the West, as the Lakers are the clear best team in the West and the league right now so far in the regular season, being 10-3. Driving me nuts. In fact, they're actually 11-3. I was wrong. They're even better than I thought. The Milwaukee Bucks are half a game behind the Celtics, and they are tied with the Sixers in the East. However, they had a little bit of it's unfair to call it a rough start because it was literally just the first week of the season, but they weren't as amazing in the first few games of the season as many of us expected them to be. And I think that was just unfair for people to start judging them immediately because, literally 2 games into the season, I saw people already oh, the Bucks, they're not that good, they're not dominating the way they should be, they're not making the finals, blah, 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 blah. And now that's starting to look kind of dumb because, once again, they're 9-4. They're going to play the Nets in a few days and the Lakers after that, and I probably should have waited to make this video until those games, but I'm impatient and I'm not going to do that. So looking at the roster, the Bucks are currently the second best offense in the league and the 8th best defense. They are also one of the best three-point shooting teams and field goal percentage teams in the entire league. That should not be a surprise to anyone. I would expect their defense to actually improve throughout the season. If you look at this starting lineup, they are stacked defensively. Giannis, Middleton, Holiday, Lopez. Not all these guys are, all NBA defenders, specifically I mean Middleton and Lopez, but Giannis and Drew Holiday are both arguably the best defenders at their positions. Lopez is a very good rim protector, Middleton is definitely an above average defender, Dante DiVincenzo is the last starting 5 guy and he's not a great defender, but the rest of these guys make up for the issues that Dante has on the defensive end, and it's not like he's the world's worst defender either. Mike Budenholzer has always been a great defensive coach, and I expect the Bucks to be an even better defense by the end of the season than they are right now. In fact, I would expect them to be top 5 defense and definitely remain top 10 in offense. I could actually see their offense falling off more than their defense, but with how amazing they've been shooting, they could very well finish the season top 5 in both categories, alright? The Bucks are a fantastic team, and you can even make an argument, although I probably wouldn't, that this is the best starting lineup in the NBA if we're talking fit. Alright, now in terms of talent, I don't think you can really make an argument for this over teams like the Lakers, and then there's plenty of other teams who are out there who you can make an argument for also. The Nets, obviously, with their new crazy trio, assuming Kyrie ever comes back and actually plays with the other two again. The Sixers have a good one, the Celtics when Kemba Walker is healthy, the Clippers. Alright, there are a lot of good starting lineups in the NBA at the moment. But the Milwaukee Bucks are right up there with the best of them, okay? They have a great starting lineup, especially on the defensive end. And then their bench, even though it's not otherworldly deep, it's definitely not a bad bench either. Bobby Portis and DJ Augustin are both very solid bench players. Bryn Forbes has been decent. Pat Connaughton is a solid enough role player. DJ Wilson, same thing. And the last guy on their bench I want to mention is Torrey Craig, who has done literally nothing to start this season. The man's only played 2 games and he's yet to score a point. However, we know from the last few years, and specifically you look at like last year on the Denver Nuggets, Torrey Craig is definitely a decent bench guy. He can hit an open 3, he's a solid defender, he's not an absolute nobody on the bench. So I expect him to get it together at some point in this season and really help the Bucks have a solid defense both on the bench and on the starting 5. They don't have the deepest bench in the league, no, not as deep as last year, certainly when they had George Hill, but they are still a very good overall team with both the starting lineup and the bench. And one guy who I think everyone is hella underrating at the moment is Chris Middleton. I don't know when Chris Middleton became so freaking underrated. Like, it seemed to come out of nowhere as far as I can tell. The dude was great last season, he was clearly an all-star, and yet coming into this year, I mean, he wasn't amazing in the playoffs, but I can't believe how much everyone is crapping on Chris Middleton. People are saying he's not an all-star level player. I saw one dude say that Zach LaVine would be better than Chris Middleton, and they should trade for Zach LaVine, and just... No, he would not. No, he isn't. Please calm down. Chris Middleton is a top 30 player in the NBA at the moment, not top 20, but I would say clearly top 30. The dude is a fantastic role player and a great second star. Maybe not as great as you would want, but now that they have Drew Holiday, there's going to be a little less pressure on him, and it's only been 13 games, but look at this man's efficiency. Look at this man's efficiency. 53, 47, 95 splits is what Chris Middleton is shooting right now. 22 points a game, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. That is what Chris Middleton is putting up right now. That is insanity, okay? Only 22 points a game, and quotation marks there on only, but oh my goodness, he's shooting way over 50, 40, 90 this year, and again, they're probably going to go down a little bit, you know, he's probably going to shoot less than 45% from 3 this year, but good grief, is Chris Middleton shooting fantastic this season. He's a very good defender as well. Not quite an all-defense team level guy, but definitely an above-average defender. He's great to play off of Giannis. He can catch and shoot. He has a little bit of shot creation, even though not as much as you would maybe like from your second option. And then you get into the rest of the team. All right, Giannis, still an MVP level player. He's putting up 27, 10, and 5 to start this season, along with a steal and a block. He's been fantastic. His three-point percentage is still terrible. He's only shooting 30% from 3, and he's taking 5 of them a game, which he really needs to stop. Like, Giannis is taking 0.4 less threes a game than Chris Middleton is right now. That cannot happen, okay? That is terrible. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I was looking at Drew Holiday. He's taking 1 less 3 a game than Chris Middleton. That's atrocious. Giannis, take less threes. I know you need to work on it. Stop taking so many of them, though. That's terrible. But Giannis is still going to be in the MVP conversation while also being a clear all-defense dude this season. Drew Holiday has been great. 15 points, 5 assists on this team so far. He's got a smaller role, but a very good role player. DiVincenzo's having a great start to the season. He's shooting well. Brook Lopez isn't shooting as well, but you know what he gives you, okay? He's a great player. He's going to improve as the season goes on. Augustine, Bobby Portis, Forbes, Connaughton, DJ Wilson, these guys have all been great off the bench, especially in terms of shooting, okay? They've all been shooting excellent. The only guy I just said who isn't shooting over 40% from 3 right now is DJ Augustine, who's shooting 39%. They are playing great, and their bench is going to get even better when Torrey Craig comes back. Now, I'm not super confident that this team is going to win the finals, okay? The Lakers are stacked. They improved from last season. They are ridiculously good. They still have the best player in the world in LeBron James and the best duo in the NBA in LeBron and Anthony Davis. However, when you look at the East, the top is super competitive, okay? In the West, it's really the Lakers and the Clippers, and the Lakers are the pretty clear favorites. In the East, it could go to anyone. So I'm not saying the Bucks are going to make the finals. I'm not confident in that. But if I had to choose one team, okay, it saddens me to say, but it wouldn't be the Sixers. It definitely wouldn't be the Nets, at least as they are currently constructed. The Pacers, they're not a playoff team, okay? We know that, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. They're going to make the playoffs, clearly. I've been very strong on that, but they're not a team who's like a threat to make the finals. They're just not that good. We know that. The Heat are going to be very good this season, but if I had to bet on one team in the East to make it out, I would say the Milwaukee Bucks. They are better than they were last year, and I expect them to finally get over the hump and make the finals this season. Stop sucking off the Nets. Stop sleeping on the Bucks. And that is how I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We have just hit 100 subscribers. Thank you to any of you who are subscribed to the channel. That is a super hype milestone. Hopefully 200 comes twice as fast. I am keeping on that grind, alright? 6 videos a week is probably going to be my norm right now. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, I would love if you would drop a sub and help me increase that number. Going to 200 next, alright? I'm super hype. Like the video if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.